Hello everyone, I'm Ajay. Welcome back to Loves Learn. This is your online classroom. I hope you are using this platform to continue your learning. Let's continue our journey with parts of speech in English. As part of series of lessons on this topic, we have completed 3 parts of speech so far. What are those? Yes, nouns, pronouns, and adjectives. We discuss on their duty in a parts of sentence and different kinds of nouns, pronouns, and adjectives with couple of examples. And also we have done some exercises on these areas. In today's class, let's focus on an important parts of speech, that is verb. We will learn different kinds of verbs and their usages with couple of examples in today's lesson. Before that, just think about what is a verb, what it does in a sentence. As you know, what is parts of speech? So the duty of a word in a sentence is called part of speech. So here verb is also an important part of speech. So what it does in a sentence and what is a verb and what are different kinds of verbs. Let us see. Okay, a verb is a word, as you know, that denotes or describe an action, a state, a possession, a process, or an experience. Okay, a verb is a word that denotes or that describes. A verb describes an action. Okay, describe an action, a state, a possession, a process, or an experience. These are the duties of verb in a sentence. The verbs may be sometimes states action, sometimes just state of being, sometimes possession, sometimes a process, and sometimes experience. A verb always carries a tense. Let us see some examples. For example, I am a student. Second one, I am learning English grammar. Third example, I have good platform to learn grammar. Observe the 3 sentences. Here, what are verbs here? In the first sentence, I am a student. So here, am is a verb. Am. Second sentence, I am learning English grammar. Here, I am learning, that is a verb. The third sentence, I have a good platform to learn grammar. Here, what is the verb? Have. Observe the 3 different kinds of verbs. In the first sentence, I am a student. Am, that state position. I am a student. Okay, you are a teacher. He is a doctor. Observe, are, you are a doctor. Are, it states position, state of being. Okay, he is a doctor. Is, that is a state, that is also a verb. The second sentence, I am learning English grammar. I am learning, that is my action. What is my action? I am learning English grammar, that is my action. The first sentence, I am a student, that states my state of being. The second sentence, action, I am learning, that is my action. Okay, I am a teacher, that is state of being. I teach English. Teach, here what is the verb? Teach, that is my action. Like that, I am learning English grammar. I am learning, that is also action. So that is verb, action verb. Next one, I have a good platform to learn English grammar. Here, what have I? Good platform. Here, have, that is a position. That is also used as verb. Okay, like a verb is a word that denotes or describe an action, a state, a possession, a process or an experience. Verbs always carries a tense. You know about tense. Let us discuss tenses in the upcoming lessons. Tense, that is also important topic in English grammar. We will focus on the upcoming lessons. Okay, like so. According to their position, verbs are divided into two classes. Like all other parts of speech, verbs also can be divided into two classes according to the position of verbs in a sentence. Already we have seen three examples of verbs. For example, in the first example, I am a student, am a student, am, that is also verb. It describes the state of being. I am a student, he is a doctor, she is a lawyer, like that. I am learning English grammar. Here, action, my action. Okay, the third sentence, I have a good platform. Here, possession, my possession, like that. Based on the position, verbs are divided into two classes. Okay, what are those? Main verbs, also we can call as lexical verbs. Note it down. According to their position, verbs can be divided into two classes, two categories. First one is main verbs or lexical verbs. Second one, auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. Okay, like note it down. What are those two types? Main verbs are lexical verbs and auxiliary verbs are helping verbs. So in a verb, like adjectives, verbs also we have to use more than one verb in a sentence. That is called verb group. So in that case, how to deal with each verb? Let us see with one example. Okay, for example, my parents should have reached the station a bit early. So this is a sentence. My parents should have reached the station bit early. Observe how many verbs are there here. How many? Yes, three verbs. Should, have and reach. These three are verbs. This is called a verb group. In every verb group, last verb is a main verb. Then all other are helping verbs. Always keep in mind. In a verb group, in many sentences we use more than verb. So in that case we call it as a verb group. In that group, the last verb is the main verb and all other are helping verbs. As we know, verbs can be divided into two categories, main verbs and helping verbs. So in a verb group, the last verb is the main verb and all other are helping verbs. Okay, the first one is the finite verb which carries the tense. So in that case, main in a verb group, the last one is the main verb, the first one is the finite verb, and all other verbs in the group are non-finite verbs. So more than two verbs are there in a sentence. So like here, my parents should have reached the station a bit early. Here, how many verbs are there? Three verbs: should, have and reached. So here, what is the last verb here? Reached. Yes, that is the main verb. Okay, main verb. So other two are helping verbs. So in the, what is the first verb in the verb group? Yes, should. Should is the first verb. So it is called as finite verb because it carries the tense. What is tense here? Have reached. That is a tense. Present perfect. We are going to learn tenses in upcoming lessons. Okay, in that verb group, when there are more than one verb is used, that is called verb group. In that verb group, the last one is the main verb. Always note it down. The first one is the finite verb. So more than two verbs are there. So other than main verb, the remaining verbs are called as helping verbs. In this sentence, should have reached. Three verbs are there. The last one is the main verb. So remaining verbs are helping verbs. Okay, out of these helping verbs, the first one is called as finite verb. So because it carries the tense. Okay, always remember. So how many types of verbs are there? There are two types of verbs. One is main verb, or we can call it a lexical verb, and auxiliary. Second one is helping verbs or auxiliary verbs. Two types, main verbs or helping verbs. So let us focus on main verbs. Main verbs have the following forms. Note it down. Main verbs have the following forms: present, present participle, past and past participle. Okay, main verbs have the following forms. There are four forms: present, present participle, past and past participle. Let us going to discuss these tenses in coming lessons. Okay, now main verbs. For example, main verb form. Let us see with examples. For example, begin. Begin is main verb because it carries action. Okay, begin is a main verb because it carries action, or we can call main verbs are action verb. Okay, for example, I learn English. I am a student. I am is status. I am learning English. Learning is my action. So learning is a main verb. So now main verbs have four different forms: present, present participle, past and past participle. Let us see these forms with a few examples. For example, begin. What is the present form? Begin. Present participle, beginning. Past, began. Past participle, begun. Note it down. So different types of forms. So the main verb is begin. In present form, it is begin. In present participle, beginning. Past, begun. Past participle, begun. Began and begun. Next, choose. Choose. In present, choosing. Present participle, choose. Past, chosen. Past participle. Next, another one, do. Present, do. Present participle, doing. Past, did. Past participle, done. Next one, eat. That is present, eat. Eat is the main verb. What is the present form of the eat? Eat. Present participle, eating. Past, ate. Past participle, eaten. Okay. Now, next main verb is feel. What is the present form of feel? Feel. Okay. Feeling is present participle. Felt and felt. Present, past and past participle are felt. Same form for past and past participle. Next one, go. Present form is go. So going is present participle. Went, past. Gone, past participle. Okay. Next one, no. So main verb is no. So present form is no. Present participle is knowing. Past, knew. Past participle, known. Observe this different forms of main verb. Okay. So main verbs or lexical verbs can be transitive or intransitive. They can be sometimes transitive verbs and some intransitive verbs. Two categories are there. Main verbs or lexical verb can be transitive and intransitive. What is transitive and what is intransitive? Let us focus. Okay. So verbs can be divided into two categories. What are those? Main verbs are like lexical verbs and helping verbs are auxiliary verbs. Now we are focusing on main verbs. Okay. Main verbs have four forms: present, present participle, past and past participle. Now come to main verbs types. Main verbs can be transitive or intransitive. What is transitive? What is intransitive? So let us learn. A transitive verb takes an object. Note it down. A transitive verb. What is a transitive verb? It takes an object. You know, subject, verb, object. Okay. So object. Transitive verb takes an object. Answer the question what, who. So note it down. Okay. Transitive verb takes an object. That is a transitive verb. Which verb? A verb which takes an object, that is a called as transitive verb. To know that we have to ask question who and what and whom. What it does, okay, whom it does, like, okay. For example, Raga drinks a cup of green tea daily. Raga drinks a cup of green tea daily. So what is the verb here? Yes, drinks. Who drinks? Raga drinks. So whether it is a main verb. Drinks is a main verb. Whether it is transitive or intransitive. How can we know? By asking one question. What is the question? Raga drinks what? Or Raga drinks whom? Like that. If you get answer, that is a transitive verb. It is not, it doesn't get an answer, that is a intransitive verb. So let us see. Raga drinks a cup of green tea daily. Raga drinks what? Yes, a cup of green tea. So drinks is an intransitive verb. Drinks is transitive verb. Next example. Krish waters the plants regularly. Krish waters the plants regularly. What is the action here? Yes, waters. Okay, waters is the action. That is the main verb. Okay, then we have to ask question. So to want to know whether it is a transitive verb or intransitive verb, then we have to ask Krish waters what? Do you get answer? Yes. What is that? The plants. Krish waters the plants regularly. So Krish waters what? Krish waters whom? Yes. What is the answer? The plants. So here it is transitive verb. Here observe, a cup of green tea. The plants are objects. Okay. So transitive verb always have object. So to know that object, we have to ask a question. Okay. The subject does what? Subject does whom? Like that. Next one. They help the villagers. Observe the example. They help the villagers. What is verb here? Yes, helped. They helped. Okay, then we have to know whether it is a transitive or intransitive. So what is the rule? By asking a question. Okay, they helped what? Or they helped whom? Do you get an answer? Yes, they helped whom? The villagers. So here the villagers is an object. So the helped. What is the verb? Main verb here? Helped is a transitive verb. So a transitive, always keep in mind, transitive verb takes an object. Okay. If you know the object, we have to ask a question. What and whom? Okay. For these three examples, Raga drinks a cup of green tea. So here drinks is the main verb. As you know, it is a state of action. It is a action. Raga drinks. Krish waters. Waters is the action. They helped is an action. These three are action verbs, means main verbs. So we have to know whether they are transitive or intransitive. So for that we have to ask a question. Okay, always transitive verb takes an object. For example, if a main verb is transitive or intransitive, we have to ask question. Okay, what the subject does or whom the subject does. If you know the answer, that is a transitive verb. If you didn't get the doesn't, if you don't get an answer, that is an intransitive verb. So for observe these three examples. Radha drinks what? Yes, cup of green tea. So drinks is a transitive verb. Krish waters the plants regularly. Here what is the main verb? Waters, that is the action. So waters what? So you get the answer, the plants. So waters is transitive verb. Next one, they help the villagers. So what is the main verb here? Helped. They help whom, or they help what? Do you get an answer? Yes, the villagers. So helped is transitive verb. So transitive, always keep in mind, transitive verbs always takes an objects. Okay, in the above examples, drink, water, help are transitive verbs because they answer the questions what and whom. So those are called transitive verbs. Next, intransitive verb. What is an intransitive verb? So quite opposite to transitive verbs. Intransitive verbs doesn't take an objects. Same, if you ask the same question, if you get answer, that is a transitive verb. If you don't get an answer, that is intransitive verb, because intransitive verbs doesn't take an object. Intransitive verb doesn't take an object. Okay, like we'll see a couple of examples on intransitive verbs. For example, I wake up early in the morning. Observe, I wake up early in the morning. Here what is the main verb? Yes, wake up. Wake up is the main verb because it is action. It is my action. I wake up early in the morning. So now it is a main verb. Whether it is comes under transitive or intransitive. So then you have to answer the question. What is the question? I wake up what? I wake up whom? Is there any answer? I wake up what? No answer. I wake up whom? No answer. So wake up is intransitive verb because transitive verb takes an object. So if you ask a question what and whom, we will find answers. If you didn't find answer, those are intransitive verb. Like I wake up early in the morning. I wake up what? No answer. I wake up whom? No answer. So wake up is intransitive verb because it doesn't have an object. So always keep in mind, I wake up what? No answer. I wake up whom? No answer. So no object. So wake up is an intransitive verb. Next example, many Hindi actors live in Mumbai. Observe this one. Many Hindi actors live in Mumbai. What is verb here? Yes, live. Live is the main verb because action. What is the action of the actors? They live. Okay, they live in Mumbai. So live is a main verb in the sentence. So whether it is a transitive verb or intransitive verb. For that you have to ask the question. Same. Many Hindi actors live what? Do you get an answer? No. Many Hindi actors live whom? Do you get an answer? No. So live is a intransitive verb because it doesn't have an object. Many Hindi actors live what? No answer. Many Hindi actors live when? No answer. So live doesn't have an object. So it is an intransitive verb. Next example. My mother walks at least 5 kilometers daily. My mother walks at least 5 kilometers daily. Okay, what is the verb here? Yes, walks. So my mother walks at least 5 kilometers daily. Walks is the main verb. So it is the action of my mother. Action verb. So main verb. So we have to know whether it is a transitive verb or intransitive verb. Walks comes under transitive verb or intransitive verb. So what do we do to know about whether it is a transitive verb or intransitive verb? Yes, we have to ask question what and whom. My mother walks what? Do you get an answer? No. My mother walks what? No answer. Second one, my mother walks whom? Do you get an answer? No. So no answer. So walks comes under intransitive verb because it doesn't have an object. Okay, so observe those three examples. I wake up early in the morning. Many Hindi actors live in Mumbai. My mother walks 5 kilometers daily. So what are the main verbs here? Wake up, live and walks. These three are wake up, live, walks are intransitive verbs because they don't have an object. They don't answer the question what and whom. So they are called as intransitive verbs. Okay, is it clear? Yes. So now we are focusing on the verbs. That is an important part of parts of speech. A verb based on the position, a verbs can be divided into two types: main verbs, second one is helping verbs. Now we focused on main verbs. Main verbs are action verbs. It shows action of the subject. Okay, again main verbs can be transitive verbs or intransitive verbs. Okay, again main verbs can be transitive and intransitive verbs. Transitive verbs takes an action, intransitive verbs don't take an action. So whether it is a transitive or intransitive, you want to know that, you have to ask a question. Okay, what and whom. Based on them we can decide whether it comes under transitive or intransitive verb. We have seen with examples what is transitive verb and what is an intransitive verb. Now let us focus on another kind of verb. So how many types of verbs are there? Two types, main verbs and helping verbs. So we have finished main verbs with examples. Now on helping verbs. Helping verbs are also called as auxiliary verbs. Okay, auxiliary verbs are helping verbs. Okay, again these are two types. Helping verbs are two types. One is primary auxiliary verbs, second one is modal auxiliary verbs. Note down: primary auxiliary verbs, primary helping verbs are modal helping verbs. Okay, so what are come under primary auxiliary verbs? All B forms come under primary auxiliary verbs or primary helping verbs. All B form. B form means, yes, I am a student. Okay, you are a teacher. Observe. Okay, I will be a teacher. Here observe three sentences. I am a student. Okay, or I am a teacher. I was a student in the past. I was a student few years ago. I am a teacher. Now I will be a writer in future. Observe three verbs. Okay, I was a student, I am a teacher, I will be a writer. Observe in the three sentences. The first sentence, what is the verb? Yes, was. It was my state. What was my state few years ago? I was a student. What is my state now? I am a teacher. I was a student few years ago. Now I am a teacher. What was my status in future? I will be a writer. So these three, in these three sentences, observe the verbs. What are the verbs? All be forms: was, am, and will be. These are be forms. Okay, like that. That is first person be forms. So next, other be forms. Let us see. Am, is, are comes under be forms. Am, is, are present be forms. Was, were past be forms. Will be comes under future be forms. Okay, I am a teacher. He is a student. They are gangsters. Observe present. I was a student. Okay, they were teachers. Like past be forms: was, were, will be. I will be a writer. They will be lecturers. So those are future be forms. So all be forms comes under primary auxiliary verbs. Am, is, are, note down, was, were, will be. These are be forms. Next, have, has, had, will, have. These are also primary helping verbs. Along with be forms, have, has. I have a bike. She has a car. We had a cycle. We'll have a aeroplane, like that. Okay, these are helping verbs, primary helping verbs. Next, along with do's, does, did. These are also come under primary helping verbs. Note it down. All be forms: am, is, are, was, were, will be, and have, has, had, will have, do, does, did. These are primary auxiliary verbs. Now, second type of helping verbs, that is modal auxiliary verbs. Will, shall, would, should, can, could, may, might, must, ought. These are modal auxiliary verbs. Will, shall, would, should, can, could, may, might, must, ought to. These are modal auxiliary verbs or modal helping verbs. Okay. Now we are focusing on helping verbs. Helping verbs are also called as auxiliary verbs. They can be divided into two types. One is primary helping verbs. Second one is modal helping verbs. In primary helping verbs, all be forms like am, is, are, was, were, will be, and have, has, had, will have, do, does, did come under primary helping verb. Second type is modal auxiliary verbs. In this group, will, shall, should, can, could, may, might, must, ought. These are come under modal auxiliary verbs. Okay. Next, we focus on primary helping verbs or primary auxiliary verbs. They can be used as independent verbs or as helping verbs. Note it down. So, helping verbs can be divided into two categories: primary and modal. So, in primary auxiliary verbs, primary helping verbs or primary auxiliary verbs can be used as independent verbs or as helping verbs. Two types. They can be used as two types. For example, we have a test tomorrow. We have a test tomorrow. Example. What is the verb here? Yes, have is a verb, that is helping verb, not action verb. Helping verb. Have is used as the independent verb here. So no other verb is there. We have a test tomorrow. possession, it tells possession. We have a test tomorrow. Okay, have is a helping verb, that is work as a independent verb. That is one type. And the type, we have studied for the test. Observe the second example. We have studied for the test. See what are the verbs here? The verb group, two verbs are there, have and studied. So you know, have is a helping verb and studied is a main verb. So what is the difference between have? In the two sentences, have is a helping verb, have is a verb, but in the second category, have is a helping verb. So main verb is studied. Coming to first example, have is the only verb, so it is an independent verb. The first example, we have a test tomorrow. In that, only verb is there, that is have. You know, have is a helping verb, but in that case, that is used as a independent verb. Okay. In the second category, we have studied for the test. Here we can find two verbs, have and studied. Here same have used as a helping verb, because studied is a main verb. Like that, auxiliary verbs can be used as a independent verbs or as helping verbs. Note it down. Helping verbs can be used as independent verbs, like in the first sentence, we have a test tomorrow. Okay, or auxiliary verbs can be as helping verbs, like in the second example. That is one type. Next, coming to modal auxiliary verbs, that is the second type of helping verbs. What is the second type of helping verbs? Modal auxiliary verbs. As you know, helping verbs can be divided into two categories: primary helping verbs and modal helping verbs. So modal helping verbs are always used as helping verbs, but whereas in primary helping verbs can be used as independent verbs or helping verbs. We have seen with two examples. The same verb, help, have, in the first sentence used as a independent verb, in the second sentence used as helping verb. But coming to modal auxiliary verbs, they are always used as helping verbs only, not like that primary auxiliary verbs. Primary auxiliary verbs or primary helping verbs can be used as independent verbs and helping verbs based on the sentence. But coming to modal helping verbs, they are always used as helping verbs. Okay, they indicate the tense, mood or voice. They are always used as helping verbs, not independent verbs, and they indicate the tense, mood or voice. For example, you should come on time. Observe the example, you should come on time. What are the verbs here? Yes, how many verbs are there? Two verbs, should and come, as two verbs here. So you should come on time. What is the main verb here? Yes, come, that is action. You come on time, you should come on time, or you must come on time. So here should or must as helping verbs. Here modal helping verbs, modal auxiliary verbs. Okay, should gives it as a modal verb because it gives advice. You should come on time. Okay, for example, you must come on time. What is must? Must here not advice here, that is compulsory. You must come. Okay, no choice. Okay, you must come on time. Okay, must is helping verb, modal helping verb, it gives compulsory. Okay, so come is the main verb, as you know. Okay, this is about modal helping verbs. Modal helping verbs are always used as helping verbs, not like that primary helping verbs. Primary helping verbs can be used as independent verbs sometimes, and sometimes helping verbs. We have seen with examples. Now auxiliary verbs. Okay, auxiliary verbs, you know, are helping verbs. Helping verbs can be divided into two categories: primary helping verbs and modal helping verbs. We have seen with examples. So these auxiliary verbs are helping verbs, whether primary or modal. The helping verbs have negative form, and these are used in contact form in informal usage. Okay, not like that main verbs. Verbs can be divided into two categories: main and helping verbs or auxiliary verbs. Okay, main verbs don't have negative form, but auxiliary verbs can have negative form. We can use them contraction in informal usage. Let us see few examples. Okay, for example, observe the following table: is, have, do, will, ought. What are these? These are main verbs or helping verbs? Yes, these are helping verbs or auxiliary verbs. Okay, auxiliary verbs can have negative form, not like that main verbs. Okay, come, for example, come is a main verb, don't negative form, it doesn't have negative form. Okay, but here is, have, do, will, ought, these are all come under auxiliary verbs, whether they may primary helping verbs or modal helping verbs. Observe these five words: is, have, do. These three are primary helping verbs. Okay, will also primary helping verb. Last one, fourth one, ought is modal helping verb. These have, whether it may be primary or modal helping verbs, can have negative form. So let us see is. What is the negative form? Is not is a negative form. Contracted negative, that means short form. Isn't, is not. In formal usage or writing we use is not. While speaking or informal usage we use isn't. That is a short form. Okay, all auxiliary verbs have negative forms or short forms. Is, isn't, is not, informal and formal. Have, that is a auxiliary verb or helping verb. What is the negative form? Have not. In formal usage we write have not. Informal, haven't. While speaking we use haven't in formal usage. Next, do. Okay, do is a helping verb. Do not, negative form. Don't, short form or contracted form. Next, will not, negative form. Won't, short form or contracted form. Observe, will not in formal usage, won't in formal usage, that is a short form. Ought, ought not, oughtn't. Observe the negative form and short form. Okay, all short forms or contracted forms can be used in informal usage. Okay, this is about auxiliary verbs. So next, this is all about verbs. You know, let's have a quick review what we have learnt today's class. Okay, what did we discuss today? Yes, we focused on an important part of the speech, that is verbs. Yes, verbs. Verbs describe an action, a state, possession, process, or an experience. Okay, verbs can describe a state or an action. For example, I am a student, I am a teacher. That is my state. No action here. I am a teacher. No action here. I teach English. Here what is my action? Teach, that is my action, that is verb. Okay, I am a student. Am is a also verb, but it is my state. I am learning, or I learns English. Learns, that is I learn English. Learn, that is a main verb, that is my action. I learn English. He learns English. She learns English, that is our action. So I am a teacher, that is my status. Am is a verb, am is a state. Okay, I am teaching English. I am teaching. I teach English. Teach is my action, it is my action. I have a bike, have my position, that is also verb. Like that, verbs describes an action, a position, a state, a process, or an experience. Okay, based on their form, position, verbs can be divided into two groups: main verbs and auxiliary verbs. Based on their position, verbs can be divided into two classes, two categories. First one is main verbs, are also called as lexical verbs. Main verbs are lexical verbs. Okay, and auxiliary verbs or helping verbs. Verbs can be divided into two categories. Main verbs are lexical verbs, auxiliary verbs are helping verbs. Now coming to main verbs. Main verbs indicate action. As you know, we have seen with couple of examples. So based on them, main verbs can be transitive or intransitive. What is the difference between transitive and intransitive? Yes, transitive verbs can take an object. Intransitive verb doesn't take an object. There is a difference between transitive and intransitive. If you want to know the verb is transitive or intransitive, you have to ask a question: what, whom. Okay, I teach English. Then ask, I teach what. If I get answer, that is transitive verb. If I don't get an answer, that is intransitive verb. For example, I teach English. I teach what? What? Yes, English. So English is object. So teach is transitive verb. Okay, I fly in the sky. Okay, I sleep on the bed. Here, I sleep on the bed. Observe, what is the verb here? Sleep. Then whether it is transitive or intransitive. For that we have to ask question: I sleep what? What I sleep? No answer. Whom I sleep? No answer. So that is intransitive verb. I teach English. Teach is takes an object, that is English. So that is transitive verb. I sleep on bed. I fly in the sky. Fly and sleep, these are also verbs, but these don't take an object. So fly, sleep, these are intransitive verbs because they don't take an object. That's the difference between transitive verb and intransitive verb. Okay, next one. What is the second category of verbs? Yes, helping verbs. Verbs can be divided into two categories. Main verbs are lexical verbs and auxiliary verbs are helping verbs. In main verbs, main verb can be transitive or intransitive. Now coming into helping verbs. Again, helping verbs are two types: primary auxiliary verbs and modal auxiliary verbs. Two types. Observe the two types. Auxiliary verbs, two types: primary and modal helping verbs. We have seen with couple of examples of primary and modal helping verbs. So primary helping verbs can be used as independent verbs or helping verbs. That is the chance of primary helping verbs. Sometimes primary helping verbs can be used as independent verb. I have a bike, like that. Okay, have is the only verb, that is independent verb. Next, sometimes auxiliary modal auxiliary verbs, they always works as helping verbs only, not independent verbs. Okay, so auxiliary verbs or helping verbs can be divided into two categories: primary helping verbs and modal helping verbs. Primary helping verbs can be used in two ways. Sometimes they are used as independent verbs and sometimes helping verbs. Now coming to second category of auxiliary verbs, that is modal helping verbs. Modal helping verbs are always used as helping verbs only. Okay, this is about verbs. Okay, so focus on these verbs because this is an important topic in parts of speech. We can practice more and we can improve more. Okay, review once again with what we have learned today with examples. Okay, so shall we meet on next class? Signing off.